Degrees won't help you find clarity in life. I graduated college before getting my high school diploma. I got my bachelor's at 20. I got 2 master's degrees at the age of 22. When it was all said and done, I felt more lost than when I was in high school. Here's how I found direction. This is the opening of a thread, that I posted a few days ago that has gone viral and made me my first sale on a course. Now, if you don't know me, I'm Terrell Banks. I'm a personal trainer who trades Forex and is trying to grow a personal brand on social media. Today, I'm going to talk about the Threads challenge that I decided to embark on and how it's actually shown me that I can start making money online. And it's been a really, really cool journey just because everything was kind of on a whim. At one point, I decided to post a thread saying that pretty much I'm just tired of being addicted to threads and actually just scrolling on social media instead of doing anything. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And so I'm going to start posting and try and figure out how to make money on there. So I almost exclusively changed my idea of how I'm going to do content from posting videos on Instagram to trying to grow on threads and funnel people over and fill in the backspace. And so there's a whole bunch of things that I'm going to tell you guys about, but I'm going to go through this lesson first and then we'll get to that. So with this thread, I was deciding how I'm actually going to put this out, what I'm going to tell people, because I just wanted to figure out a way to promote my course. And so one thing I decided to do was just drop some gems from the course and tell people the actual process that I've built into my character creation. I went with know your dream outcome, know the exact avatar of a person who could successfully live the life, and also understand how you're different than that person. And so I broke these down through 3 different threads, just explaining what I did to actually figure out the person I want to become and the things I want to do and make the process very actionable. And so I dropped that. After about 3 hours, I didn't have any views. I had like 15 views on the thread, and my friend from back home ended up reposting it. And that one thing set off a wildfire wave. It went from like 15 to 350 views. Then from 315, the next time I went to the bathroom, it was at like 1,200. And I sent him a screenshot. I was like, dang, after you retweeted or you reposted this stuff went crazy. And he was like, oh, yep, bet. Like, I'm glad, like, appreciate, or I'm glad I could help you. I was like, yep, appreciate it. And then by the time I got off work, it was at like 15,000. And I was just like, bro, what's going on right now? Long story short, the next morning I woke up and it was about 103 or something thousand, and I was just like bouncing off the walls, excited. And then randomly, as I was scrolling through my phone, I got a notification that I'll put up right here, but someone had ended up buying my course when they got to the bottom page of that thread. And I just got hella excited, got super giddy. So here's what I taught in that so that maybe you can get value enough to decide to take the jump. You need to know your dream outcome. You have to be able to answer this question with no hesitation. If money wasn't an issue and you knew you would succeed at whatever you did in life, how would you serve the world? What would you do to provide for society in any way, shape, or form? So for me, I've always had a desire, a yearning to help as many people as possible. I don't know how, I don't know in what way. And so I decided I wanted to do it through social media, telling people my problems and how I'm gonna get past it. Because through my hardships and through the lessons I'm learning and I teach, I can actually help improve your life if you actually take the steps and take the chance of trusting in me. And so that's the first big thing you have to do on your path to success. Without knowing what life looks like as the person you want to be or the life you want to have, then you have no reason to work hard for most things and just go with the flow. Because when you have no direction, when you don't know what you're doing or where you're going, there's no purpose behind your actions. And so for me, how this panned out is I ended up writing a personal manifesto. I broke down where I want to live, what I want to do, how much I want to have in investments, what are my habits. So first you ask yourself the question, if money wasn't an issue, what would you do to serve the world? But after that, Now that you know, okay, I want to do this, well, ask yourself, where do I want to live? How much do I want to make? What do I want my relationships to be like? Will I be married? Will I have children? Answer every aspect of life and then figure out what a normal day for that person would be like. What would the habits they go through be like? How would you actually navigate a day? And so when I start to break that down for myself, I ended up putting it in the course. After you have your dream vision, you know every in and out about what life should look like as your perfect world, then you need to start to create a character who can live that life. You need to break down character traits of this type of person. So again, if for me, I want to be a currency trader, so there's certain aspects to being that. I want to have a lot of real estate. I want to make a couple $100,000 each month. I want to be very wealthy. I want to do things big. But I just wrote out everything that I desire. And from there, now I knew for this, I need to have this. Since I want to be married with a very attractive woman, aka my girl, I have to be confident. I have to be fit. I have to be smart. I have to manage my money well. But because I want to be a currency trader, I have to be very open to risk, but very disciplined. I need to be able to follow rules, follow a plan. I need to be able to do the same thing over and over. So there's different aspects where also I want to make money from digital assets. So I have to learn how to market. I have to learn how to sell. I need to learn how to build a system. And there's a lot of traits that end up building that character. And so once you have that character and you know their traits, then write out the version of yourself and their habits, how they interact with the world. This becomes a personal manifesto. Because if you can start to break down the character of who you want to become, then you can know exactly what you have to do to figure it out, which is the third step of understand how you're different than that character you created. Because once you can actually know the differences of, okay, the person I want to be would probably work out, and if they're able to do online entrepreneurship, they'll have a lot of free time. For myself, since I want to be a trader, when do I want to trade? Well, I want to have trades set up overnight so I can just wake up to winning trades. Okay, cool. So he's going to be able to be someone who sets up trades at this time and then ends up heading to bed and waking up to profit. Cool. As of now, I trade at random times. There's a lot of things that I don't do that are right or in the accordance with the person I want to be, but I have a better understanding because I've written it all out, and now it's just me finding the differences on how I can become that person. And that's what you have to do when you want to try and become someone new. You need to break that person down to the smallest T, know exactly all their habits, mannerisms, what they're trying to do with themselves, what habits do they have, how do they spend their free time, and then you emulate that to the best of your abilities, becoming that person as well quickly as you can, but with the utmost understanding that that is who you now are. You need to give up the self you are, but it comes through the process of actually creating that character and then figuring out how you're different and becoming one once you can bridge that gap. And so this idea, this thought process is now sitting at 139,000 views. I don't know if you'll be able to see it and if it'll focus, but either way, that was a very crazy thing. One, hopefully you enjoy hearing about how I conceive becoming the person you want to be and actually living the life of your dreams. It's a process that I'm currently following right now, and genuinely I have big ass fucking pieces of papers on the wall breaking down what I'm trying to do, my goals, my desires, how things are meant to be for me. And so this isn't something that I'm just trying to tell you and whatever. No, I've used it, I am using it, and although I'm not the furthest in life right now, I can absolutely say this knowledge actually works and it's very useful, because it gives you so much direction and ability to shape your own identity and make changes within your life. Because personally, I struggle to make any real lasting change with myself, and I, to this day, still do. There's certain things that I'm just fighting myself on, but if I can create the reality of being the person I want to be, these things that are troubling me at this moment won't even be a possibility. They won't even be an afterthought. They won't be something that exists to be real. And so I'm just trying to become and develop that person. I'm going to show it through these videos, teaching the lessons I'm learning, especially because I have this notebook, well, this journal that I have just, oh my goodness, filled up with lessons, filled up with ideas, like, oh my goodness, stuff falling out, don't even know what that is. Even more stuff falling out, I don't know what that was, but I just have notes on notes on notes of lessons from sales, lessons I've learned from talking to people, different random moments and ideas that popped in my head that I just find are brilliant. And if I even can use that information, especially to build this character I want to be, I think I can give you guys a lot of game and take you on a good journey of identity change and character creation with me. And so I know I started to ramble a little bit, but that's a thread, and that's how it ended up changing me. The reality of the situation and giving me faith in being able to make money online through making posts on Threads, to actually me being able to give you the information from my course and actually teach part of that, because I use it, I live it, and it makes me excited to see who's going to be the first few people to actually just take the free game, use it, and get results. So then we can talk about it at some point. But